Greetings. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. And I want to thank you for joining me today, because today we're going to dismantle the front of the Grand Am. Not something I really wanted to do. This was supposed to be just a simple fog lamp assembly change, because when I bought the car, the driver's side fog light is missing. The car came with a fog light, and I was going to put it in. However, the piece that holds the fog light is broken off, and upon investigating more into the front end of this car, the horn is also messed up. It is filled with water. It's not the original horn. Somebody rewired a horn in there, and this whole thing just turned into a huge fiasco just because that fog light assembly had to be replaced. So what we have to do is we have to tear off the front bumper cover, and we have to remove what they call the bumper reinforcer. That's the part that actually holds the fog light on. And then while we're back there, we're going to replace the horn as well. So we're going to document the process of removing the bumper cover properly. Now, the last vlog, we went to the junkyard to pull the bumper reinforcer and the horn, and I just, kind of unorthodoxly ripped off the bumper. But we're going to have to do it properly, because obviously we're going to be putting this one back on. So if you didn't see the last vlog, this front part of the car has some damage. Somebody had hit it, or they hit something. I don't know. I don't know if it was... I really don't know if it was like this when the last person who had the car was like this. If it was like it, or if it happened when she had it. I don't know. But she did have the new fog light to put in here, and that's what we were going to do. However, the bumper reinforcer, which is back behind here, is broken, and that's what holds the the fog light on. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So I kind of buttoned everything back up a little bit. The lights are still off because those were a pain to get to. And they're going to be a pain to get back in too, I think, because I tried to put them back in and I gave up because they were just going to come back out anyway. So let me show you what we got to do to get this bumper cover off. Now, obviously there's a lot more torn up under here because we're still waiting to get our head gasket kit. But I took a lot of this stuff off already. The ram air thing is supposed to be here, the plastic piece that goes from here to here. You just got to pull a couple of these, push pins out. And that kind of starts along the front on the actual bumper here. You see these 4 holes, push pins. So you pop those out, and that loosens up this side, or this half of the bumper here. Then you got to get the headlights out. I honestly don't know if it's really mandatory to remove the headlights. I mean, obviously I had to have them out, because to put the fog light in, if you weren't taking the bumper off, that's how you have to get in there. You got to snake it in through the headlight opening. So I don't know if that really has to come off or not, but yeah, it does actually. I forgot, because there's a clip there that we have to remove. So both headlights have to come out. To get the headlights off, you got to pull this tab up, you got to pull this tab up, and then you got to fight to pull it out, like so. So, this wire... Oh, the bulb fell out. That wasn't even tied in there. Is that thing broken? Oh, I wonder... Well, I don't know. I don't know. Let's try to get it out of the way. You could probably take the, bulbs out and disconnect them. There's the horn. So you can see we're missing one horn. We have a bracket here. We're missing one horn. And the horn that is in here, it was put in upside down, so it's filled with water. The wiring, look at the wiring, not original at all. They cut in the wiring harness right about there. So there's the wire they left, green and black, and probably taped on. What kind of wire is this? It looks like some sort of house wire. I don't know. We're getting rid of that. I have a harness we're gonna rewire into there. Yeah, so we're gonna crack that for sure. And then at this point I have to grab some tools. So we're down here toward the bottom of the front end. A friend of mine at work let me borrow a couple of pin pullers. Definitely gonna get a couple of these. He gave me the long one and the short one. I don't know if we're gonna need the long one. We might. Doubt it though. So under here, under the ram air portion, there should be 2 more pins. There they are. There's one there. So we have to try to snake in there. Oh, that one I think is actually broke. Somebody has definitely been in here before. Let's see if we can get in there, maybe. Enough, yeah. I think it's coming. There we go. Yeah, somebody tried getting that off before. It's all chewed up. And there's another one over here. This one looks good. Or better, anyway. Yeah, that one came out a little smoother. So that's going to really... See, it's kind of looser already. And... Alright, so the bottom, we have actual fasteners. Those are 10s, I believe. Probably save those maybe for last. Now, I don't want to have to take this wheel off. I don't know if we're going to have to. I obviously can't run the car to turn the wheel. So I'm hoping I can kind of do this without pulling this wheel. But anyway, so we have to remove all of these here, these 3, because all these pull pins are attached to the bumper. That's the fender part, but we have to get back behind here, and that's why I'm wondering if I'm going to have to actually pull the wheel or not. Because behind here there are 3 10mm bolts that we have to remove on both sides, and then that little clip that I showed you here, which I think all we have to do with this is get like a flathead or something, and I think we just have to open it up. Can you guys even see it? I know the lighting's really bad over here. Yeah, that thing. And then that's it. So I brought my impact home. Hopefully this will make the task a little bit easier. So let's try to get this wheel liner loosened. These are not really like the locking pins like the other ones were. These are more like the Christmas tree type. Some of these are a little cattywampus because of the impact to the front, which obviously might have something to do with that. I think the whole fender might have got pushed in a little bit. Okay, none of them broke. So I'm going to have to remove this one up here too, so I can maybe move the liner around a little bit more, because it tucks in. Oh, there ain't enough room in there. I really didn't want to have to pull the wheel. Well, does it stop there, or is that the same piece? It might be the same piece. Alright, let's loosen that bottom. The bottom two, and see if that makes a difference. I already got my 10mm socket on there. These are probably going to need like WD-40 or something. Let's try to go back and forth with them. There we go. Oh yeah, so rusted. So there's one. That one wasn't so God, here's two. This is the wiring for the fog light. Somebody had taped it up, so they knew they weren't putting a fog light in at some point. You might be able to see there's one stud there. Oh, that looks awful. And 2 and 3. So you got to get in there. The heads are on the bottom side, obviously. Like right here, there's one right here, and the other 2. So I could probably try to get my hand in there, but I probably won't be able to film it. So we'll work on getting those 3 out, and we'll go from there. Alright, so the good news is I was able to actually turn the wheels, so I didn't have to pull the tire. That did help a little bit. There's a screw that goes up in here, and it's, well, I tried taking it out, and this is what happened. It just ripped the plastic and came out in one piece. So this ain't going back in probably, because the plastic tore. However, this gave me enough room to snake the impact in there and get the bolts out. I'm missing a bolt. The one that was supposed to be over here is gone, so I only had 2. 1 and 2. There we go. So you can kind of see this is free. So now we have to try to open that clip up somehow. At the junkyard, I just ended up ripping it out, but I think it opens from the back side somehow. I don't know if you have to. I might need like a flathead or something, probably. Alright, so we got it. So I just took the flathead and then opened it up. See how it kind of unfolded. So when it's against the bumper, which is not going to be very easy right now because both sides coming loose, but hopefully we can get it back in. And now we will do the other side. So on this side, I see I have one missing here. That one's there, that one's there. That bolt's probably going to break off like the other one, tear through the plastic. And that thing I tried to ratchet out because of the impact wasn't gonna fit at that angle. Well, this one might actually be coming loose. This is what should happen. And that clip should stay somewhere up there. Alright, so now let's try to pull this away somehow. I forget how I did it with the other side. Kind of like that. WD-40 in there. Let's see. Oh, the sun is coming through. There's 2 also. So the one there in the front, I think the middle one's missing, and the one closest to the back, I see it. So again, there should be 3. I've only got 2. Smoking. Getting to the front ones through the headlight cavity works if your little impact is small enough. Alright, so now I gotta pop that clip open here. See if we can pop this open again. Yep. Like so. And now I gotta do the ones on the bottom here. That's already broken. Zip tied. If I had known that, I probably would have got one of them at the junkyard too. Maybe in time. keep all these together. I somehow missed 2 more bolts. They are closer to the wheel well. Right there. Ooh, it's tighter. Might need a ratchet for that one. Alright, so I had to hand ratchet it out. Yeah, another 10. The other one locked up, and the, again, kind of like what happened on the other side, the, I don't know where it fell to. Cigarette butt. The whole, you know, clip and everything just kind of broke off through the plastic. So now it's ready to come out. Ta-da! It looks so messed up. Alright, so here is our bumper reinforcer, and actually looks like it's broken in several pieces. Crack here, cracked all along there, cracked here. I mean, this, wow, cracked up there. This fog light was probably going to come off at some point too, because that's how it's held on, see? And on the other side, oh yeah, completely broken off. Yeah, this foam here, yeah, that was kind of hiding that, so I didn't get to see all of this. But yeah, it's definitely took a pretty good hit, apparently. Wow. So that's what we got to change, this whole piece. So it's in the car. Let's get it out. So to get this off, we might be able to use the impact. Maybe, maybe not. It's not gonna fit. Nope. Hand ratchet. For me anyway. So there's this here, and there's another one right there. Same thing on the other side. A long 13, by the way, is what you're gonna need. They don't seem to be on there all that tight, surprisingly enough. Alright, so fun fact, on both sides, the inner screws that I was talking about, they're just spinning. In fact, once the 2 outer screws are out, that third one, you can see, look, it's actually broken away from this piece. And the same goes for the other side. It just, you can actually see it inside though. See where it cracked? So those aren't coming out. We're gonna have to work on getting those out. Let's take our remaining fog light out, 10 mil. See if we can. That'll do. Oh, there we go. Now it's out. Yeah, so we gotta get this out. Probably put vice grips on this side and then try to turn the nut off, and probably the same on that side. Doesn't really look like the bumper itself has any damage. I think the actual bumper's okay. So, alright, let's try this. Alright, so we're going to take a break from doing the bumper stuff, and we're going to do the horn now. This is what the horns on the Grand Ams look like. There are 2 of them. Notice how they are not upside down, and all by themselves. We got the correct wiring harness that I cut off. I cut a lot of wire just in case. I probably ended up cutting some of that off. Compared to the wiring here that they tied into the original harness, which I've seen a lot of on this car so far. I kind of like this bracket a little better. It's not as rusty, but I don't know if I feel like taking those off. So I'm just going to throw the whole thing on. So 10mm. Wow. There. And there. How rusted it was. Blazer. Blazer high, I'm assuming H. So it probably had a really wimpy horn. Alright, I'm going to cut the rest of this tape all around this loom off so I can get more of the wire. And we're going to do the heat shrink, crimp and heat shrink like I did with the radio. Again, courtesy of the guy I work with. Let me bring this stuff home again. So we got our crimpers, we got our butane torch, somehow wrapped up in the plastic. I really like this torch. There's no flame, it's just heat. I love it. Anyway, I'll get that out somehow. 2 pieces of heat shrink tubing and 2 crimping connectors are in there somewhere. Alright, so we got the wiring taken care of. At least, you know, if this thing turns out not to work at all, then at least the wiring half is taken care of. So I have to, I'm gonna let that, you know, cure for a little bit. We'll grab some tape and tape these up. Probably a little bit longer than I needed, but because the horn, it probably plugs in, I don't remember, like down here or around here or something. It's probably going to be okay, just as long as it's covered. Well, that wiring turned out to be pretty long, but it's okay. It's wrapped up, you know, around there. It's taped, hooked up, and hopefully it'll work in time, but if not, like I said, it shouldn't be too hard to do that, to replace it again. Alright, so our bumper reinforcer is back on. Now we can put our new fog light on. This is how this whole thing started. Simply because this little guy had nothing to hold on to. And now he does. So, I'm just going to use this. It's getting dark, so gotta be kind of quick. Maybe I'm not using this. The washer bottle's in the way. Darn it. Every time I want to go to actually use that thing. It's not the right size anyway. They're 10s. Hey, hey, look at that. Finally. I took the tape off of the connector and it looks good. This connector was sealed up pretty well apparently. So I'm assuming it just clips on the top. Plug it in. Yeah, there we go. I'm assuming that's how that's supposed to be routed. Maybe not. There's slack there. Alright, so it's getting dark and I'm going to do my best to get that bumper cover back on and call it a night. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so it's dark out now. Bumper's back on. Oop, I'm kicking things because I can't see. The lights are not on all the way because it's dark and I'm not going to fight with them right now. But bumper's on. Finally got our light in there. Other lights in there. In the dark, it doesn't really look like it's been tampered with, but we'll see what it looks like in the day. Oh, and that piece is broke. So when I was putting the bumper up, I think it may have actually been broken before. I think somebody super glued it because I just tried to put super glue on, but you can kind of see the outline of where somebody might have had it glued before. So I really hope I don't have to actually go back and buy that $40 piece. And I doubt that's going to hold because it's still cracked, and the glue, I can't get it to, to stay up against. I don't know, maybe once the light's in, it's connected to the other side, it'll be alright. But that's it. So I gotta clean this stuff up and call it a night. So, that's it. We got the horn, which, yeah, we can take the horn out through the headlight. It's not that far down. So if we have to get another horn, then that won't be too bad. But at least that wiring's done. And the fog light's in. I can't believe all of this because that one fog light was missing. So that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this vlog, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Check out teespring.com/store/Mike's Vehicle Spotlight for all of your MVS and vlog merchandise. And that's it. I'm going to call it a night. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.